It's a #1 knife, and this video is going to be short because the kitties have come back. Okay. Alright, so the blade should have a number 11 on it. So a #1 X-Acto knife, a number 11 blade, and if you get the deluxe model, it has kind of a grip surface, and it's still a #1 knife, which is fine. And this is the extended life number 11 X-Acto blade. So it's nice because it stays sharper longer. So the combination of like it's called the gripster and the extended life blade, that ends up lasting the longest and is most comfortable. Okay, so what you want to do to start is to make sure that you're holding the knife correctly. And what a lot of people do is they just sort of grab it like that and pull across, and what happens is that gives you the wrong angle. Another thing is, you know, people will grab it like that and try to pull it, but it doesn't hold the blade firm. So what you want to do is you want to put, let's see if you can see this, you want to put the end of the knife in the heel of your hand, and then your forefinger or index finger you want to put on the knurled, you know, the kind of rough part of the knife, and you want to put it right behind the neck of the blade. So when I cut, I actually put my finger right on the blade so I can tell where it is. Okay. The other thing to remember is you want to have the right angle. So the correct angle is about having the knife at about 45 degrees. That puts the blade, I don't know, at maybe 40 degrees, somewhere between 35 and 40 degrees. But if you just think about the knife handle being 45 degrees, and you know, that's 90, that's 0. What you want is 45 degrees. So I hold it correctly. Now when you cut, you want to cut not starting right on the foam, because you'll push it in and sometimes it makes a dent and then it won't cut, right? And then what you want to do is you want to get a head start. So you want to put the blade just behind it and sort of get a running start as you cut through the foam, and that way it slices the first part. So we'll try it. So here we go. It's at the right angle. I'm just going to cut a little piece. And okay, so that's it. Alright, so what I want you guys to do is just to practice straight cuts, and practice them until you're good at it, you've mastered it, and then once you've done that, you can kind of experiment and start to make angle cuts. Okay. So once you make angle cuts like this, you can kind of see that you can bevel the edge. In other words, you can make it lean in, and that's kind of nice on some because it creates for your work, it creates a different kind of shadow and patterning. So one other thing to remember is that all the pieces that you cut off while you're practicing, save them. Don't throw anything away. And you know, create like different stacks. You know, you could have a stack for like curved pieces and straight pieces and square pieces and triangles and whatever, and create a little library for you, so when you're composing, you're putting your piece together, you can just draw from stacks. And that's the way I do it. You don't have to do it, but I found that it's helpful. Okay, so that's or the ruler that I recommended that you get. The ruler is it's a metal ruler and it has a cork backing. The cork backing is nice so that you don't scuff up your work and leave marks. Sometimes if you use even like a wooden ruler, the wooden ruler's no good because when you cut, you can cut into the ruler and then mess up your line. So the metal ruler with the cork back is the best. Some people like a big metal straight edge, and it's nice because it's heavier and it sets down really easy, and it's easy to hold. The only problem is you have to make sure that it's clean and that you're not leaving marks. And see, I actually, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I left marks just by using this ruler. So the way you want to use this is firmly press down and knife and get a running start and pull through. And that's the best way to get a perfectly straight line. And that's pretty good. What you don't want to do, and let me see if I can have an example. Alright. I think this is a dull blade, so we'll try this. So what you do not want to do is use a dull blade. If you are having any kind of trouble at all, if it's snagging, if it's just seemingly not cutting fast enough, in other words, you have to take several passes. You know, I just cut those with one pass because that's a brand new blade and I'm used to this. So normally it's usually going to take a couple passes, right? So I'm going to use my sharp knife. So normally it'll take a couple passes like that. Maybe 2, 3. If it starts to take like 4, 5, 6, you'll start fraying the edge a little bit and snags will happen. Okay, so if you have a dull blade, let's see if this is even a dull blade. That actually seems okay. Oh, no, so, no, that was okay. If you have a dull blade, this is kind of what will happen. And I'm going to take a bad angle so you can kind of see. So if I cut like that, okay, so you can tell that the foam snagged. You can see it there, there, and there. And what that means is that you have to cut it again. That's when I grade these little marks like this, it's the first thing I mark down for. So you want to make sure that you cut them out, sand them out. When they're that deep, it takes a long time to sand them out. So I would cut it clean. Alright, so if I wanted to fix that, just take it and we'll cut it. Okay, so there, it's all good. Alright.